Okay, right. More competition tweets before we get Melissa on the phone?
Yeah, had a few more. Jamie Brownlow, morning, friend of the show. He's tweeted to say, Pete, if you're giving me £1,000, I will be lumping it on the new one in the champion hurdle, which I completely disagree with. But
it's nice that you've got a computer. Because he posted in the week, oh, I won't be able to watch you anymore. I'm not on.
You spent your £1,000 on a computer, obviously.
Yeah,
lump on the new one. Andy Hill, good morning, Andy. You've tweeted us to say that you're going for Princess Tara, Albert Bridge, Batavere, and Irish Buccaneer today. Interesting. We talked down Irish Buccaneer a little bit, probably. And you've also in the jumper double going for Ballyoliver and St Ralph as well. Mark Bulford's going for Golden Chieftain and St Ralph in the same jumper double. Paul Wright in his nifty 50 is going for Kingsgrave, Princess Tara, Kema Bay, and Batavere as well. So David Pipe proving very popular, and me and Pete will be sinking with a lot of you out there if he loses today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are. If we was hoping that Melissa would be on the phone, I think she might well be there. But I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the Newbury 250, and then we'll get on the phone. This is an
average Greatwood. Is that what we're going to say without being rude?
I'll tell you what though. For a horse that was rated of 100 on the flat, how disappointing this first mate he can be.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I remember when he first went hurdling.
It's going to win everything, wasn't it?
Supreme novices and all sorts. It's been very disappointing. Like I say, if it's 100 on the flat, you expect at least to be 150 hurdle. He's running for 125 or something like that today, isn't he?
Yeah.
He has been disappointing.
And very quirky as well.
But does he need to be that?
It was predicted to be Cheltenham and all that. Didn't he win a race at Doncaster or something?
They then sent it back over the flat, didn't they? They then went back to the flat for a bit. Yeah, this horse, wow. If it wins today, I don't think it recoups any of the hype that it had. But it could. Listen, it should be up to being there.
I'll tell you what, we're going to come back
thereabouts.
to this Newbury 250 because I can't have first American. But anyway, we've got Melissa Jones on the other line. Good morning, Melissa. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, nice to have you on the phone. I don't know if we've caught you in the Cotswolds somewhere or basically in an area where your phone's not working. Can you hear me clearly?
I can, yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. Right.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, well, it's time for some winners, Melissa. The Melissa Sizzlers for the day. So,
we do our best.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about a horse that's been well back this morning, maybe because you've tipped it up. Newbury 250 Atwell.
Well, yeah, I think this is a useful handicapper, Peter. His profile suggests that, and he's presumably been given a break to avoid the worst of the ground. He's been a massive improver for previous trainer Neil King when he actually saw a hurdle for the first time, come off the flat. Now with Lucy Wadham, who's been in tremendous form, that's a plus. And I think it's taken a bit of time for him to find his feet this season, Atwell. He'll definitely be suited by the step-back in trip to 2 miles, and 6 to 1 is a good price in the Newbury 250.
And the tongue tie taken off wouldn't worry you?
No, it wouldn't, no. It's okay. I mean, I think the trip is the key to him. That's really what struck a chord with me about his chance in this race, and also the trainer's form. They're the two massive positives.
OK, the 325 at Newbury, you've gone for one Headley's Bridge. Not most obvious, because obviously it's a big outside. Explain the reasons why, Melissa.
Yeah, he's not the most obvious one, but taking a bit of positive because Ben Linfoot from the Sporting Life has also put him up, so we'll both be cheering him home, hopefully. And 16 out of 29 runs, he's come first, second or third. And you just got to forgive him, really. His bad run last time at Chepstow. The trainer says his horses weren't right. He actually scoped dirty after that race, if you read his blog. And I think before that, he has got this upwardly mobile profile. And I think some of these, they are struggling for form. Look at Eastern Meteor. He has been running better races, but you need a bit of a leap of faith to support him. I think Sound Investment, he's handicapped up to the hill. You're going to need a bit of an improver here, and forgive Headley's Bridge that last run. He does have that progressive profile. He's dropped a couple of pounds in trip after that bad run, and I think he's not badly in here. It is a competitive race. I think St. Rafe is possibly a danger to all at the foot of the weights, and Westwood Point, Warren Great Trek knows how to get one ready. So I think those are the two to beat, but I think he can do worse than a big prize on Headley's Bridge each way. I think he's around the 16 to 1 mark when I was looking earlier. So each way for Headley's Bridge.
OK, now, we had Marcus on earlier on, who was actually at Kelso, and he gave 3 tips. And 2 of the 3 were in your races, and he's gone for exactly the same as you. So hopefully we've got a nice double.
Getting a bit boring, isn't it?
Yeah, well, if they win, it's not boring, Melissa. So Kelso 3 o'clock and the Kelso 4:10.
Okay, then it's probably repeating what Marcus has said, but we'll fire away.
Yeah.
Last week I put up a Gloucestershire favourite in Derrentoga Bliss. He was a nap and he duly obliged for Kim Bailey up north. It seems that Nigel Twiston-Davies, he's also noticed the race up north for Bristol Demai, the Kelso 3 o'clock. This horse was long talked about as a Triumph Hurdle prospect after he made such a sparkling debut at Chepstow. And last time, yes, he was a little bit disappointing. But that was at the time. And if you look back at the context of that race, Garde la Victoire was in front and Jolly Allen was in second. I mean, look at the horses Garde la Victoire has been competing against this season. He's pretty solid, and Jolly Allen is supreme novice hurdle bound. So there's reason to think that run wasn't too bad at all. And looking ahead, I think this horse probably wouldn't have been suited by taking on horses that are perhaps a bit more experienced than him. Garde la Victoire is a solid handicapper, as I say, and this race doesn't have quite the strength in depth there. Chieftain's Choice is possibly the main danger. Put him up in the Betfair Hurdle where he fell, but he's another one with a progressive profile. I think it'll be Bristol Demai and Chieftain's Choice fighting out the finish, and hopefully Nigel Twiston-Davies' long trip up to Kelso can pay dividends. Yeah,
I mean, Intense Focus is a mare that gets the allowances, but I'm not particularly keen on that one. It's very good racing at Kelso today, actually, isn't it, Melissa? Surprised.
It is, yeah. I mean, looking back at that race as well, I think Intense Tango, he's another one with a good profile, but I'm not sure about the long uphill run here at Kelso for him. He's been doing running on sort of tighter tracks, and that would be the concern for me in Intense Tango's camp, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. OK, well, the 4:10, around about 9 to 2 mark, you've gone for Brunswick Royal.
Yeah, this chap, he started off in good company. Of course, he ran at the Grand National meeting in 2013 where he chased home no other than Lunique in the Grade 1 juvenile hurdle there. He hasn't really matched it over fences yet, but a third there was Irish State, and of course he won the Grade 2 Pendle last Saturday. So looking at his profile really, Brunswick Royal does have, you know, he is pretty solid, and he does have a bit to prove stepping up in trip, but I think it might suit him. I was watching him a few runs back, and all he did really was plug on. He has been sort of a quick 2-miler running around sort of Musselburgh in the past. But I think connections are seeing him a bit more of a stayer this term. He seems to need the longer trip. Last time out, he was behind Algernon, Pasm and Worth. They were in second and third. And, you know, they're not bad novices in the context of their grade. And I think that was a decent piece of form there. They should go a stride slower here, which should suit Brunswick Royal. He can sort of, you know, pot around near the back of the field and look for him coming up the home straight with a really good run. I think Brunswick Royal will put it up to them all here, and the ground will definitely suit ideally here. OK,
I'll be cheering it on, Melissa. I'll be cheering it on.
Thanks a lot, Pete.
What's the nap of the day then?
I'm going to go for Kelso 4:10 Brunswick Royal for the reasons outlined. I think he is very solid in this company. The one I would fear was our second from last time, Bailey's Concerta, who ran ever so well, and I think he's still going forward from his mark. But those two hopefully will be nip and tuck to the line, and we'll edge it with Brunswick Royal. OK, thank you very much indeed, Melissa. Whatever you're doing today, have a great day, and hopefully, I keep saying this every week, one of us is going to get 4 out of 4. Well, there we go. We're still at the top of the tipping table, so...
yeah, I'm catching you a little bit there, Melissa.
You are, yeah. Well, we don't want that, do we? We'll,
no.
Hopefully I'll have drawn clear a bit more after today, but we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm normally in a relegation battle by the end of the year, but thanks very much indeed, Melissa.
Thanks a lot, Pete. All the best.
All the best. Thank you very much. Right, OK, let's get back to this 250. We were talking about First Mohican. Let's talk about Albert Bridge. I mean, the jockey, Richie O'D, I don't know too much about, but does take a valuable £10 off.
Which will help as well.
Yeah.
Rode it to victory last time as well. So, you know...
was it much of a race for the grey?
Listen, I can't ever get on board with this improving tights, but you can't knock the horse for what it did last time, and was easing up towards the last. You know, wasn't exactly having to be put into the race and really go for it. So it could have been more impressive. You've got an up £7, but I don't think that'll necessarily stop it in this race. It looks so open. I can't understand why people would oppose this horse drastically.
There's some interesting runners in this race. I mean, Kurama Bay is very interesting. I think it was 10 next clear.
Haydock was
failed,
it?
didn't it? Yeah.
Haydock when it was clear for the one, shouldn't it?
Barry Geraghty rode it last time at Cheltenham, and maybe it's geared towards a bigger race at Haydock.
I think when it ran at Cheltenham, I think it came too quick because he ran at Haydock the week before, get behind ASO.
Yeah.
And it came too quick for him. I think it wasn't the plan originally, and they went there. It ran poorly, didn't it? But he was a player back in this grade.
Yeah, and also we got Baby King.
That's one I really like.
First time tongue tie.
Yeah, you've got to
FP though.
You've got to ignore the F and the P, and there are excuses if you look through the form for that. That Sandown run, I mean, it was barely raceable.
Yeah.
You know, there were plenty of others that didn't like it that day. The Exeter one, he wasn't going to win the race, but was making it was making enough of an impression on the field that I would have been caught my eye. You know, someone doesn't go out and spend €130,000 on this horse after one run in Ireland where it won, and size-wise, I would have thought this horse may want a little bit worse ground, but you know, it's difficult. The tongue tie is going to really help here. And you know, it was unfancy when it won in Ireland, so you'd hope there'd be improvement to come. I think in a race that's this open, I can't discount something that is in good hands with Tom George. Paddy Bremen takes the ride, and it's just so open. The market dictates that. You know, you're 4-1 the field in what is a 9-runner affair.
Yeah.
I thought something would have been cut in. Baby King has been supported a little bit as well in the market. I must say, 13-2 you'd be looking at these days.
See, I know that Melissa gave Atwell, but I think the ground might be an issue there.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, consistent enough sort, but I think you need more than consistency to win this sort of race.
And like another one, I mean, I always look at the breeding here, and like Sully, by presenting, I would have thought that would have preferred better ground as well. But it's an interesting race without being, well, certainly, you know, from a sort of supporting great with a handicap hurdle.
I mean, I must say
it's the kind of race that you'd have during the week, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Bombo at the bottom. I know this horse quite well because it came fourth when mine came second in a race over at Listowel a few years ago. And that was a bumper, and it was well supported then. Everyone thought it was a good horse.
So selection?
Favourite. Albert Bridge. I go to favourite Albert Bridge.
Baby King for me. Baby King.
Right, okay. I haven't got much opinion on this at all. I just won't back First Mohican, and that's it. I mean, I haven't really got a view on the race. I think it's
not the best for Newbury.
No. We have got one more race at Newbury to cover. We're going to take a very short break. We've got our team selections as well coming up after this. Hope to get Tom, who's at Newbury. I don't know if that will actually happen, but we'll be back after this short break.